Hi there. Thank you for being patient with me. I know I did not get a Wednesday video out. Sometimes life happens. And just a heads up, the next 2 weeks are going to be very uh, hmm, interesting and busy. And I am going to do my best to get something out Monday through Friday. But if I have a day where I don't, please just understand that between now and the next 2 weeks, when sometimes life, like I said, it just happens, okay? And I feel like I need to move this a little. There we go. Okay, who knows? All right. Okay, so this is your Thursday reading. Happy Halloween. Happy October 31st. It's not the 31st, is it? Yeah, tomorrow is October 31st. Oh my gosh. I'm filming this Wednesday afternoon. I am so out of sorts. Anyway, please bear with me. Okay. Yes. Today is the 30th. Alexa, is today the 30th?
The next occurrence of the 30th is Saturday, November 30th, 2024.
That's not what I asked. It's in another room. All right, thank you. Anyway, so yes, I believe tomorrow is Halloween. So tomorrow is the 31st. Happy Halloween. That kind of leads into what the message is, because I stood in the kitchen and because I always pull a mug to help encapsulate the feeling of the vibe that I feel for the day the video is meant for. And this is meant for Thursday, regardless of the date. This is the video for Thursday. And I started to pick up a mug with a pink fairy on it, sitting on a big toadstool. And I've had a lot of these for a long time, and I love it. And I just thought, oh, that's so comforting. I want that one. And that's what I wanted. And I started to reach for it, and I thought, but that's not the vibe. It's more, there's something else, there's something a little slightly different. And so I thought, and I reached out for it again. And I'm going somewhere with this, you all just hang with me. And I am getting to cards in just a second. But I reached out again for it, and I heard very clearly, no, because I always ask the spirit guides and guardians, for the collective, for the majority of people who will watch, what is the vibe? And the vibe for Thursday, they wanted me to pull this one. My happy little frog with the toadstools and the ladybugs and the little gold stars and such, but it's that happy frog. Mm. Mm. So, frogs have always, I had a dream decades ago about a frog and a hummingbird that kept me company during a very dark period. And what I heard when I asked, okay, I like that. I bought it. I love the mug. I love frogs. So, and that they represent joy to me, and speaking your truth, I guess, if you want to go that far with it too. But so I asked Spirit, so why this mug? What does that have to do with the vibe? And what I heard was, savor your magic. Believe in the power of your magic. And basically that meant miracles. And it is Halloween, so I thought, well, that's kind of appropriate. But it's not magic like scary, smoky cauldron, and it's not that kind of magic. This is the effervescent spirit within, spirit without, working together, creating miracles and magic. It is taking your intentions and putting them into the air and understanding that there is a force so much greater than ourselves. So that is the truest magic. And if you want even more simplified version, sometimes I think people perform the most incredible magic, miracles, affirmations, whatever you want to call it, when they're happy and when they find happiness. So hopefully that will be what happens, and that will dictate the vibe. Now, They're saying this one. I pulled this deck out not too long ago and still haven't used it with everybody. Well, I have, but not in a long time. And it's the Vice Versa Tarot. Interesting deck because the cards, like this is a 6 of coins. That's one side of it. But then this shows you an entirely different side of it. So I guess if you wanted, you could see it as reversals. Like this is the Knight of Pentacles on one side, and on the other side, there we go. So it's a way of reading reversals without reading reversals, because I don't do that. I feel like there are enough shadow representations in each card, and I'm just trying to ask Spirit for what's going on anyway. And that was a sloppy shuffle if you heard that card fall out. I'm not using that because it was just me being careless. All right, so let's get a card to man, I'm throwing them out all over the place. Okay, scattered energy. Yeah. Please, okay, I can't even pick these up. Am I supposed to use these? Oh, wow, and I just got a big whoosh in the back of my head. Be careful. Is this a warning for someone, or is this someone? Oh, this is someone coming through. Someone was in an accident that hit the back of their head. I feel like it was vehicular. Someone is stepping through. Someone is coming in. That's why the scattered energy. It was male 38, 30s. Feels like 30s. Vehicular accident where he hit the back of his head, and that's what caused the passing. Leave these out. They want me to leave these out. I'm hearing leave those out though, because when the cards my eyes gravitated towards a couple of them, and there was a third one, and they just said leave those out. Okay. All right, and they said these, not this one, but this one. Okay. All right, so we'll deal with that in a minute. Who is this person who is here? And I get it. Massive head trauma. Please step back, because it's getting uncomfortable. Thank you. Darren, a D-A-R sounding name, sounded like that. It sounded like Darren. The guy's name, yes, are you here? You need to cross. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. Thank you. You're ready. Oh. Oh, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Okay, come on. Open the gateway, please. Okay. Oh, okay. Be well. If you change your mind when you get on the other side, that's okay too. You don't. Okay. Okay. Okay, he's gone. Okay, I gotta explain what just happened. I didn't expect that. Okay, head feels all better now. Everything's fine. Whew. The windedness is just me. When I work with spirit, I tend to get kind of wheezy and winded. That's just me, but I'm fine. Okay, so here's what just happened. There was a guy. His name sounded like Darren. That's loosely what I heard. Okay, it could be specifically Darren. I'm not sure, but that sounded like it. He was about 38 when he died in some kind of either vehicular or motorcycle accident. I'm not sure which, but he had massive head trauma, and it felt like to the back. So that makes me think that it might have been on more of a 2 wheels rather than 4. Okay, I'm also getting, there's a piggybacking younger spirit. Come on, honey. Very young. He was a teen, maybe 15. He was in a 4-wheeler accident. He was in a 4-wheeler. Why were you afraid to cross, honey? You know you can. You know it's okay. Why? What's going on, baby? What's going on? You didn't do anything wrong. Oh, you know what? That is not a big deal. I promise you. No, it's okay. I'm not. Once you just cross on over, honey. Yes. You didn't do anything wrong. What you did was totally normal. Yeah, we were around. We were in high school at the same time. God love you. Honey, why have you been around for so long? Just go. Yeah, there he goes. That didn't take much. No, you don't. You go. You go and stay. Thank you. You waited so long. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes, sometimes when spirits cross, like that young guy that was 15, he was on a four-wheel. He was on a four-wheeler, had an accident. He didn't want me to say it while he was still here, but he's moved on and everything's okay. But he had been dipping into his dad's beer or booze or something, and so he was kind of tipsy, and I don't even know if he was just full on drunk or not, but he was tipsy and he was on this four-wheeler and he wasn't supposed to be, and he had an accident, and that's what happened to him. And that's why he was afraid to cross over, because he was afraid he did something wrong. Just a good person. And yeah, we were both in high school in the 80s, and so it's just sort of like, yeah, I'm a lot older. You've been there a long time. And when he did move over, he was all of a sudden just like, bam! I started talking. I was like, whoa, where'd he go? And then he went on. Um, he went over very quickly, and the first guy went over very quickly. That one was interesting. We'll get into that in a second. But this younger guy, I don't even get his name, and um, he gave me a personal message, because he moved very quickly, but then as he moved into the light, it's like it slowed down, and I could see him grow into the person that would be closer to my age now. And so that was very cool. And as he moved into his sacred higher self, he turned and he leaned back in and he gave me a message, which was, thank you. I'm very grateful for that. The first guy, it was either Darren or Doug. It's a D name, but it sounded like a DAR, like Darren, but it could be Doug. It's close. Anyway, the first, thank you, second, thank you. The first guy, he was in the vehicular accident at the age of 38. He hasn't been gone too terribly long. I'm getting the 90s maybe, and I know that's a long time ago, but I don't feel like it's all. I'm not. That one is tricky. Time is weird on the other side too, and with the dead. But so I don't think he was gone that long, but something about the 1990s were significant, particularly the year 1990. Something was really, he didn't die then, the first man. It was a lot more recent than that. I'm thinking it was only maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But the first man passed, something connected to him with 1990. Okay? I don't know what that is. But anyway, so when he moved on, he was in a hurry. It's like he realized he was gone. He knew he was gone. He was staying behind almost intentionally and with purpose, but then he had to like move very quickly. And when he was moving on, he was saying it's because he needs to hurry up and incarnate again. He needs to hurry up and come back in because he's coming in to save someone. And he's coming in as a child born to someone that I think he dearly loved in this lifetime, because that child will either straighten the person up or get them away from an abusive situation. There was something about it that just felt weird. And he thought he was being protective when he was in his death state, still lingering, but he realizes he can't. So he wants to hurry up, and he wanted to hurry, and he did cross over so he could come back in another incarnation to that particular woman. And that's why I said you can change your mind once you get there. You're not committed to that, but you do what you need to do, man. You may be able to do more from that side than in an incarnate state here. So who knows? All right, didn't expect those. Okay, and I feel fine now. So that doesn't affect me or my health long term. Understand that. All right, so the cards. definitely love and magic and miracles. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Second guy, he was like, yeah, we are about the same. We could have been in high school together. All right, this is the way they're in front of me. This is the way they came up. Well, actually, they came up in this order. Like that. And this is the face-up version of it that I'm seeing. Now, some of these, they do have a back, and I'll show you both on the first one so you'll understand, but this is the version I saw sitting up looking at me. So the first card, and Spirit, help me out because I'm still a little kind of buzzy from the other activity, okay? So we have a major arcana card. We have the Hierophant. Hierophants mean commitment. It can mean also dogma. It can mean religion. It could just mean codifying, solidifying a contract of some kind. This is what the back looks like. So with it being on the front like this, I feel like this is coming straight at you and really fast. Also, I'm hearing lean back and rely on your belief systems to help you get through a situation. Okay, and then we have the Three of Cups. Okay, this one is interesting. We just have, excuse me, what is wrong with me? We had the, I'm hungry. That's what it is. I'm hungry. So we have Three of Cups and a woman almost like performing a rite or ritual, but on the back we have the Three Maidens and the other view of it. So help me out, Spirit. Someone's watching you. All right, so there are not just one, but there are people watching you. Something about the fact that it looks like she's doing some kind of rite or ceremony. Ceremony, rite, ritual, something. And people are watching. I feel like this has more to do, the Hierophant in this instance, as we build this, I feel like that has more to do with dogmatic religion. Someone, because it is Halloween, Samhain, whatever you want to call it, I feel like there's going to be maybe a group trying to do some like last-ditch effort of ritual. Just back away from that. It has nothing to do with you. Put a wall up. It doesn't affect you. It'll be over on the 1st, absolutely. Interestingly, what I just saw was one of the sugar skeletons, and on November 1st is Dia de los Muertos, which is the Day of the Dead, and call in your ancestors. That is a day, all the skulls, don't get freaked out by that about that. And the miracles, I love the miracles. But it is about honoring those who have passed, those who are in spirit, because the veil is supposed to be so much thinner. So follow and believe in your own personal magic means follow and believe and lean into your spirituality and what you know as it applies to you. There is no one ever has the right to attach themselves or try to drain yours. Okay, that's a dysfunction or something wrong coming from them. So you lean into what you know to be true. You lean into what you know to be true about your connection to the divine. The two that just crossed into the light, crossed into the other side, crossed into their most sacred selves, their higher selves. Little games aren't going to bother them. They're moving on. So just remember that. There is an afterlife and there is an answering. When you answer that call to move on, do you want to be proud of the work you did here? So there's that. But with these two, what it makes the three of them, somebody is definitely keeping tabs. And I feel like it's to keep tabs on how you do things and what you do. Now, that's fine if they're choosing to see it as a learning example or how to do things. But if it's for anything other than purely innocent means, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. It's not going to make a bit of difference. You are protected and divinely guided. All right. The next card. Huh. Okay, so we've got the back on the Four of Coins. This is the front. Usually the Four of Coins has to do with like greed, hoarding, a less than generous, oh, I kept wanting to say genuine, but generous nature. So you know what? What I'm hearing is the word backfire. So if anybody tries to put anything toward you, it's going to backfire. And we don't want, I mean, I personally don't want things to boomerang back. I want it just to be dispelled and disappear, and hopefully they grow up and learn a lesson. But yeah, you keep your giving nature, protect yourself and your heart, protect your energy. But all you have to do is call on the all that is, the creator of all things, to step in and help you to understand how to do that, and it's done. You know, we don't need to do a lot of ritual and ceremonial kinds of work to protect ourselves. That is something that's sort of like every key comes, or every car comes with a key. And, you know, it's just a part of what you buy when you buy a car. When we come into an incarnation, we have a connection to the all that is. We have a connection to the creator of all things. We have a connection to God. We have a connection to our sacred higher selves. That's part and parcel that comes with it. It's not an option to buy, you know? So we have to actively turn away from that in order to do some of these devious things, I think. That's my opinion. And this came out much later, and I think the reason for it is because it's a confirmation. Ace of Swords. It is believing in the swift hand of justice. That's an odd way to put it. I don't know where that came. That's just what I heard. It's a representation of the swift hand of justice. The truth will be known. A download, a communication, and you have nothing to fear. It's almost like in my mind what I'm seeing. The vision I'm seeing is not like where the woman is sitting with the two swords crossed, but someone has has a shield and a sword like this. That's a mighty, mighty person. And I feel like there's an entire team of protectorate behind you. So in this season, people can have a lot of fun, and people can do wonderful things, and people can try to be nefarious and negative and not so nice. You know, let them do what they're going to do. It has nothing to do with you, and it's not going to touch you. And everyone's truth comes out in the light of day. So all you have to do is think about those two that just moved on. Your soul is eternal. Do the best you can with it while you're here. And, you know, one day the lives of these mortal incarnations will end. And when we move on, we will move on to so much light and wisdom and love, unconditional love, that it will seem all the little petty things we have to deal with here, and will make them all seem so small. I know that's kind of a heavy read, and I don't mean for it to be a downer. I think it's actually very positive. Yeah, I wanted to go ahead and wrap it up, but I heard to pick up the light seers. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I covered up her face. Don't want to do that. There we go. And man, they're falling out. The little tin here. All right, so let's get. What I'm hearing is one card with a message to wrap it up. One card with a message to wrap it up. To wrap up this, oh, well, I guess maybe two, because these two just slid way far out. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and that I just looked at that one on the top. They said keep it. So, well, never mind the one. I guess we got 3. So this is what we have. And again, Spirit, take over. While you take over, I'm going to get a drink of coffee here. Okay. Yet again, more confirmation. We have the Ace of Swords. Okay. I think this is just confirming the last thing I said about the other Ace of Swords. And then we have the Queen of Wands. That's beautiful. She holds power in her hand, and she knows where it comes from. Look at all those little lights around her, all the candles. She is bringing light into the world. Light and hope. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles. Balancing scales and giving back. So this is the opposite of the 4 of Pentacles, where someone is greedy and hoarding. This is someone who is, or this is a situation that the scales are being balanced with justice and wisdom. The scales are being balanced. People are going to start paying it forward and giving back where they can, but paying it forward too. I think that's been a theme throughout this reading in one way or the other. I think this is wonderful. These 3 cards, you can read them as you will, but I think it confirms a whole lot of things we've just said. Thank you, Spirit, for that. All right, everybody. Everyone, have a wonderful, happy Halloween. Oh my gosh, that was the little drawer on my little table desk thing here. I was putting my glasses in there. Okay. Really loud. Sorry about that. Okay. And yes, I hit my elbow on it just now. Okay. Take care of yourselves. I am sending all of you so much love and gratitude. Know that you are loved. There's so much love to go around. Be well, take care, and I will do my best, and hopefully we will have a video Thursday and Friday. Like I said, the next 2 weeks. It's kind of all up in the air right now. But we are children of the divine, every single one of us, even the nastiest ones. So, you know, it is what it is. Some people figure it out sooner rather than later. Okay. All right. Thank you for being you. And we'll talk soon.